a generation of TV viewers, just a few notes from the theme song of Beverly Hills 90210 brings back memories of Dylan McKay.
Let me tell you something, just so you know in advance. I'm not in a good mood today.
Actor Luke Perry shot to stardom as a reluctant heartthrob on the blockbuster hit, going up close and personal in the lives of a group of high school teenagers. With that trademark squint, those sideburns, and a bad boy attitude, Perry would define cool for the 90s.
I don't do cameras.
Decades later,
to build a safe life for you.
He introduced himself to a whole new generation of viewers on the current hit show, Riverdale. The actor recently reflecting on his career in this interview with Entertainment Tonight.
The most important thing for you is to be a happy, balanced person that can come to work and do your job well. If you get too obsessed with all the things that are being said to you and about you, it kind of takes your focus off the work.
But the fantasy shattered today when the 52-year-old actor died following a stroke last week, which left him in a medically induced coma for 5 days.
Doctors were unable to save him here. The damage and trauma from that stroke were simply too severe. And when he finally passed from that stroke, he was surrounded, we're told, by his friends and his family, including his daughter and his son.
The announcement shocking Perry's fans and co-stars. Ian Ziering, who played Steve Sanders on 90210, tweeted, "Dearest Luke, I will forever bask in the loving memories we've shared over the last 30 years. His Riverdale co-star Molly Ringwald sending this message, "My heart is broken. I will miss you so much, Luke Perry. Sending all my love to your family." Despite becoming synonymous with the rich and famous of Beverly Hills, Perry was born in Ohio and headed to Los Angeles right after high school, working odd jobs until he got a break.
So all I can do is make you feel better.
One of his earliest roles on the soap opera Another World.
Have lunch with me today.
90210 would come soon after, Dylan McKay catapulting him to teen idol status, despite the fact that he was in his mid-20s.
The minute that Dylan McKay, the character, walked onto the screen, he was something different. He was the cool kid on the show of cool kids. It's not like Dylan McKay was this revolutionary idea of coolness. Let's be honest, he was James Dean from Rebel Without a Cause. Yes! But he was that for a new generation that hadn't necessarily grown up with James Dean.
Beyond his good looks, his humility about his newfound fame endearing him to fans, as seen in this 1991 interview with E.T.
A year ago, I was shoveling asphalt, and a year from now, I could be doing it again. I think it keeps a good perspective on things as long as you remember that.
90210 created buzz with its adult storylines.
I can't believe I'm taking a home pregnancy test.
The teenage characters dealing with drinking, AIDS, and pregnancy.
90210 is one of the biggest hits in the teenage genre that's ever hit TV. 90210 created a ton of breakout stars, people who back in the 90s literally could not walk anywhere without being stopped and swarmed by fans, swarmed by paparazzi.
Capitalizing on his TV fame, Perry made the jump to the big screen in 1992.
Hi.
Hi.
For Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He would go on to earn critical acclaim for his turn as a real-life bull rider.
Okay, boys. Okay, boys.
Lane Frost in the film 8 Seconds. In an effort to find more film work, Perry left 90210 in 1995.
If you insist on keeping this...
He would return 3 years later for the show's final season.
I bring you greetings from Calvin Anderson.
Television provided steady work over the next decade with roles on the HBO prison series Oz.
Life, in general, here in Oz.
Even poking fun at his past work on animated series like The Simpsons.
I didn't know you knew Luke Perry.
And Family Guy.
Say, you look familiar.
Yeah, I'm that guy you wish you were.
He also had cameos or short runs on hit TV shows like Will and Grace.
The male warbler is about to start his mating ritual.
He was a character actor who just happened to be really kind of hunky, and he steered into it in smart ways.
Luke Perry was able to get out of the world of Dylan McKay. He has been consistently working for the past 3 decades in Hollywood. In fact, he has 95 credits to his name.
Outside of work, Perry would become a doting father to 2, Jack and Sophie. He also lent his star power to the fight against colorectal cancer in this PSA.
Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving.
It was last Wednesday when Perry was rushed to the hospital.
Give 102, rescue 78, stroke Symptoms happen right away, almost like turning off the light switch.
Strokes are most common among the elderly, but about 1 in 3 occur in people younger than 65. It's unclear what may have triggered Perry's.
Stroke is all of a sudden the brain isn't getting enough blood flow. So if you see symptoms, then it's time to, as we say, act fast, do something right away, call 911. For the most part, you don't have a warning sign before the stroke.
Did I raise you to be that spoiled?
Perry had been in the midst of a resurgence, a new generation of fans getting to know him on Riverdale.
It is to me, son.
Another TV teen drama, but this time Perry playing the father.
Luke Perry was introduced to an entire audience of teens right now who actually have no idea what Beverly Hills 90210 is, which has become a huge hit really in the Netflix era.
Perry embracing his mature, older role during this interview with E.T. last year.
Playing the dad, you know, I mean, it's just the next thing in line if you stick around long enough. Ideally, I'm going to be around long enough someday to play somebody's grandfather.
Perry also had a role in the upcoming Quentin Tarantino film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Perry was too busy to join a revival of 90210, a reboot announced just last week. Perry hadn't signed on, but had long acknowledged that most people would always remember him as Dylan McKay.
Luke Perry has had a ton of roles, but his legacy is truly going to be 90210. He never shied away from that. He was one of the biggest teen heartthrobs on one of the biggest teen shows of all time.
We made a promise going into this. We said, look, guys, nobody expects that we're going to do anything other than these 13 episodes. If by some chance we surprise the world and put out a quality program that people want to keep watching, let's remember how we got there and let's remember what makes the show so good.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.